everyone, it's this guy here, and today I'm going to be explaining for everyone who doesn't know how to use LuminaFX on Exodus RP how to use it and how to customize your shows. So first things first, you need to spawn let me close everything. You need to spawn a controller. So the controller controls everything of your show. And also, if you do not have any speakers down, all the music will be coming out of this. So it's best to have it facing towards wherever you're going to have your light show. Next things next, if you're going to... The first thing you want to do is set up a port. Now a port is what you use to control all of your display screens, light tubes, stage lights, fog machines, and emitters or effect makers. So we're going to set up a dance floor. This is just so I can customize it. Now, to make a custom animation or whatever you want to call it for the dance floor, you just click Actions, Display Screen, because you're going to be spawning display screens as your dance floor. So Actions, Display Screen, and then this plus sign here. This will make the action block for display screens. Then to add all the crazy colors and everything like that, you need to add transitions. This will add a new transition for you. You click onto it and then add all parameters. So as a LuminaFX master on this server, you have access to every single type of image for the display screens and every single type of effect and transition. So if I go spawn an effect maker and go to transitions and ++, you have everything as an effect maker. These are all bubbles and other types of stuff. But going back to simple stuff, as just a user, you have stripes and just blank. So I'm going to set up a very basic, just changing of color rainbow. So first things first, I'm going to spawn in all of my display screens for my dance floor. It's quite simple to do. Now Lumina works best in the dark. So I've gone and claimed this really dark zone. If I turn off my flashlight, you can't see anything over there. There will be more dark zones coming out for the map sooner or later. This is on Exodus RP though. I've got myself stuck. So I'm going to cut back when I've done putting all my display screens down. Alright, so I have all of my display screens down. They go in this order, so this is number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You can have a max of 12 of them on this server, but that differs between servers' restrictions. So next, I'm going to press T with my builder tool, which will be in your 2. So press T, it will bring up the linker tool, and then just link each one of these together. Yeah. 7, 8. And then I'm going to look at the controller, and press on it. That will link everything to this. So now that everything is linked to my controller, I can go onto here and start making my transitions. So first I'm just going to add random colors to here. And then put a hold time of just 2. So the hold time, that will choose how long it will stay on that, and then fade time is how long it will take to change between this transition to the next transition. It's basically like build up. So next we have the scrolling of these. This one doesn't do that, but you have V, so the V will be going up and down like that, and then you can have rotation as well. So if I put 21 rotation on there, this will slowly spin around while going that fast. I will slow that down a bit actually. We'll put that on a 5. then you can make it bigger and smaller with the scale, and the rotation offset is where it will be turning from. But I'm not going to use any of the rotations or this. All I'm going to do is just color, duplicate it, and then change to a different color. So if I actually just quickly make this, and I'll cut back. Alright, so I've created the simple rainbow color pattern. Now, how I get this to just slowly go between all of these, so it starts on this one, then this one, then this one, and so on, is at the top of the screen there is play mode. Now you have all these delayed, okay? So we're going to do delayed normal, and we're going to put a delay of just 2 seconds on. Now what we do is we click on this, we click on the timeline, and we select this one. Now this action block will go onto here. And we're also going to click restart, so it will continuously redo this. And the effect should be this. So that's your simple rainbow dance floor scrolling. Next thing we have, I'm going to stop that. Next thing we have on Junior Job is speakers. So with speakers, they'll be playing your music, which is pretty obvious. So we're just going to throw them in random spots, really. And then same thing again, just to link them up. So just T and link, and then aim at this, port speakers, and there we go. The master job has all of the different types of speakers. It has speakers 2, 3, and 4. All they do is just add more speakers, which makes the sounds louder. That's all they do. Next, we have stage lights. Now, stage lights are quite complicated, depending on the way you have them. So, if I just put this one up on the roof and turn it around, you don't exactly know which way it's facing. Because if we go over to here and go to stage lights and new, you'll see which way it is facing in this. So what I do to make it easier on myself is I put the side that has the ports facing you to the front. That way it's easier for you to do all the transitions. So if I make a port and then link it up, so port, lights, and then stage lights, it's already there, I don't need to make a new one. So then I just press the plus, parameters, and then I can set all the different colors, the rotation, the left and right rotation. If you are a master job, you have access to the different beam types, so you have laser or fan. And then these two are the amount, so how big it will be or how wide it will be. So this is how wide, and this is how long the beam is, basically. If I set this up quite quickly, so I'm just going to hold this for 2 seconds, and I'm going to make these face up, down, so this way. And then I'm going to change its color to blue, and just duplicate it. So this button is really simple for keeping the settings you already have, but you can change anything else while you're there. So it's really useful just keeping your settings you already have so you don't have to remake it again. So for this I'm just going to change its color to say blue, and then say turn that way. Then make another one saying turn back to the middle with red, and then make another one saying turn, how far did I say, 59 to the right with yellow. And then if I move this down to there, you can add the same action block to the timeline multiple times. So if I play this now, Oh wait, yeah, I need to link machines. So the controller will not play your action blocks, or well, will not play if there is nothing on linked to the certain ports. So if you have something on your timeline that is not linked to it, it will not play. You need to have it linked, otherwise it won't work. So if I play this now, you'll see that will come to life and start turning. Now it will freeze like that because how I've set this up is the dance floor is a longer action block than the light. So it will freeze like that because it doesn't know what to do afterwards. That's pretty simple to fix. You can just extend your action blocks for hold a long time so that it will meet up all together, or you just don't do anything with it and just leave it as it is. So if I play this again, you've got that. This is what your effect should be at the moment. There's no music coming through because I've told it none music because I don't want to get copyright striked. So your show looks kind of okay at the moment, maybe. But you can do much better. So let's start by adding new things. So we're going to add fluorescent tubes to the show. Now, I'm unaware if fluorescent tubes are the master only job, so I will check that out afterwards. But if you add fluorescent tubes, you do this. So you just keep spawning them in and pasting them down wherever you want them to be. Then same again, just port, light tubes, tubes. You don't have to give it a specific name, you can just call it anything you want. Then light tubes port, add a new action block, transitions, all of the transitions again for me. Now, for light tubes, it acts very similar to the display screens, so you can set different types of images on them. I'm just going to set the stripes for this because it makes more sense. Someone just got 20mm. And then I'm going to change its color between, say, red and white. No, it's too dark of a red. So that's another thing to mention. If your colors are too dark for the stripes, they won't show up on the screen, the tubes themselves. So I'm going to just duplicate this again, change it to white, duplicate again, change it to red, duplicate again, change to white, and so on and so forth. Now this will just create a interesting flashing sound, but we're going to slow this down a bit. So to 4, 4, 4. Okay, that's making it too long. So we're going to just set it back to 2. Oh, no, not 24, just 2. There we go. And then we're going to move this down into the light tubes port. Next, we're going to link them up again. So linking them up, I missed it. Linking them up, not to the speakers port, into the tubes port. And then play. And I turn off my light and it will just do this. And that's that. I'm going to check with the junior job what it has and what it doesn't have. Okay, so we also have fog machines and effect makers. These are the only other two things you'll have as well for the server. So if we spawn these in and then move them around. So with this we have the effect maker. As a user on this server, you only have access to one type of effect with the effect maker, which is the small burst of fire. So I will just use that one. So we're going to go to effect maker and add a new action block. We're also going to add a new port and we can call it whatever we want. I'm just going to call it fire. And then on the action block, we're going to do transitions, all parameters, and then this. So we're going to say how long we want the fire to be there for. Then we're going to say 0 on this one. We're going to hold that for 2 seconds, so no fireball. Okay, wait, no. So for the effect makers, it's slightly different. So the longer you have that there, the longer it will stay. I'm just going to test that out quickly, just to make sure. Oh. If something doesn't start working on your timeline for whatever reason, it's probably because you haven't added it into the timeline. There we go. But that's how you make a simple just fire going off. Next we will do fog machines. So with the fog machines you need to set up a new port, of course. And then on the port you just say fog or smoke. Because fog is too short of a word. Your word must be at least 4 characters long. So with fog machines, then you only have 2 parameters with the fog, which is volume fog. That will be going out onto this, and it will just be spreading around. So I will demonstrate that one real quick. Volume fog for 5 seconds. Add onto the timeline. I will add 2 of those and then link this to there. And then play. So this is volume fog. It will just make a cloud of fog, which is useful if you have stage lights, because the stage lights will make will color the fog. If we change this to ground fog instead, it will be only on the ground and not go into the sky at all. So you'll just get this on the ground. If this was slightly higher, so if I move this higher, it will be going on the dance floor now as well. But that's that. Now, over time, your lights and everything will start to lose durability, so you'll need to go onto your tool, your building tool, and repair them. Now, considering none of these have been on for very long, all of them are still at maximum health, but over time you will eventually lose durability on these all, and they will start to either go orange, they'll start from going green to orange to red, and then they will break. You will then have to spawn them in again and link them to the controller. That is LuminaFX in its simplest. I'm going to create a really complicated one and then show you that at the end of the video. Okay, so continuing on from where we was before, so this is me basically almost finished. So we have this big wall of lights. Then you walk in, you have effect emitters here, and then you have lasers, speakers, another effect emitter, light strips. I'm going to turn the music off real quick. Okay, so you have light strips, you have the rainbow floor, and then you have this as well. Now this is custom. You use scaffolding, which will hold any of the lights or things you have. It will store any of them on there, and it will mount them. You will have to get the correct display screen for these though. But that's that. This is Lumina. It's really, really simple once you get the hang of it. And you can create stupidly amazing things with it. This is just a quickly rushed one. But yeah, if anyone else needs any help, feel free to DM me on Discord. Or find me in the server. Links will be in the description below. And thank you all for watching. Hope this helps. Let me know in the comments if it helps, and if you feel like it, show me some of the things you've made. But yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.